Good afternoon. The news read by Limungabili Eko. In the lead stories, Cameroon joins the World Club of Diamond-Producing Countries, an admission the Minister of Industries, Mines and Technological Development, Emmanuel Bonde, describes as imminent. The Minister of Industries, Mines and Technological Development, Emmanuel Bonde, has described Cameroon's admission into the Club of Diamond-Producing Countries as imminent. Minister Bonde made the remark yesterday in Washington, D.C. during an audience granted by Cameroon's ambassador to the U.S., Joseph Foy Atangana. The Minister of Mines was recently attending a four-day meeting in the U.S. grouping stakeholders in the diamond sector known as the Kimberley Process Intersessional Meeting. Here is our voluntary correspondent, Ayim Bile, with that special report from Washington, D.C.
When Southern African diamond-producing states met in the city of Kimberley, South Africa 12 years ago, it was for two reasons. First, to stop the trade of what is today known as conflict diamonds, that is, diamonds that originate from areas controlled by factions opposed to legitimately recognized governments. And secondly, to ensure that diamond sales were not being used to fuel conflicts by rebel movements seeking to undermine legitimate governments. The stage was set, and 2 years after, in 2002, negotiations between governments, the international diamond industry, and civil society organizations resulted in the creation of the Kimberley Process Certification Scheme. Since 2003, when the process entered into force, all diamond-producing countries are thus expected to become members, not to rubber stamp the process, but for more fundamental reasons underlined here by the Minister of Industry, Mines and Technological Development, Emmanuel Bonde.
Nobody in Cameroon could sell diamond without our country being accepted in that process. So at the end of the meeting, we have all the insurance of the members that our file has been accepted and that the administrative procedure will follow up so that very briefly we are formally accepted in the club and our diamond would be accepted in the workplace.
A giant step that will pave the way for many to follow the lead of South Korea's C&K Mining and invest in the diamond sector in Cameroon.
Our country has an objective now to gather much money to allow the head of state realize his project in the horizon 2035. So everybody who comes and helps us to make clear business will be accepted.
On his part, the Cameroon ambassador to the USA, Joseph Foy Atangana, praised such progress, which he said would impact on the lives of Cameroonians. For records do indicate that the Kimberley process has not only evolved into an effective mechanism for regulating the trade in conflict diamonds. The process has indeed made life harder for criminals, brought large volumes of diamonds onto the legal market, increasing the revenues for governments who are expected to address their country's development challenges. Ayim Bile, CRTV, Washington.